I'm at. That's my thoughts about how each side could get a little better. On that note, I want to talk about what I did, which was I listened to CNN and Fox News for the election. I looked online at New York Times, Twitter, and all that, but mainly I never watched CNN. I never watched Fox News. I can't stand any mainstream media because I don't trust them. I don't trust them because they sell pills in the commercial and they're like financial prostitutes. They'll do anything for $1. This pill, it's got side effects of you getting rashes and 59 diseases, but they'll sell it. Fox News will sell it. CNN will sell it. I judge a network by what they sell to their people, information-wise, mentally-wise, spiritually-wise, and also product-wise. So I know that Fox News doesn't care about me. I know that CNN doesn't care about me because they sell horrific products in the commercials and horrific ideologies in the commercials to no device. So I'm not, just for the record, I like Tucker Carlson. I think he's real. I find that Fox News is way better, but I'm not a big fan of mainstream media. So two things really stuck out to me when I watched CNN and I flipped back and forth between Fox News and CNN. The first thing that really struck me listening to Fox Radio and watching Fox on television was that Fox News is kind of creepy liberal. Like, they're not even really conservative. They're not even really pro-Trump. I find them quite, I'm trying to think of the word, quite arrogant, quite demeaning in many ways, and also like quite flip-floppy, where they don't seem to me like a very strong or smart conservative network. I had a guy on Fox Radio when I was driving up to my friend's house was like, oh man, he was like talking trash about Donald Trump. First of all, if you're a Republican, even if you don't like Donald Trump, you have to understand Trump is the Republican Party. Everyone likes the Republican Party because of Trump. Trump's the leader. Trump's the reason that all these people are actually gaining in the Senate. Like, it's all facilitating through Trump. He's not the be-all, end-all. He's not perfect, but he is the energy in the Republican Party. So, you got to at least acknowledge that. So this guy's like, Trump beat the bad Republican in Florida who was better than DeSantis. It's like he was hating on Trump for supporting DeSantis over this other Republican who DeSantis beat, and it's like he's poo-pooing Trump. It's like, all right, relax, Fox News guy. Like, what's your deal? DeSantis, as we know, ended up beating Andrew Gillum, so this guy's little projection was like just totally negative and nasty. Tucker came on the radio and made a lot of sense. What Tucker Carlson said was, far left populism is very popular, and I think a lot of conservatives and Republicans don't want to acknowledge how popular it is, but it is popular, and you can't be like the Democrats. You can't lie about reality and then expect to win. You have to face the truth, whether you agree with it or not. The truth is that far left populism is popular. Tucker said that. It was by far the smartest thing I heard on Fox Radio. Turn over to Fox Television. CNN was worse. I'm going to get into it later, but as somebody who thinks media manipulation is very, very important, as far as they're like 93-94% far left, social Marxist, like corporate Democrat, liberal ideology, victim mentality. The whole television's like that except for Fox News. All the media is like that except for Fox News. So it's a little creepy to me when I turn on Fox News and I don't even feel like I'm listening to a smart conservative. Now I understand why I'm gaining so many followers and stuff. I'm not to sound cool. I understand why I'm gaining popularity and other people are. It's because, man, the mainstream media is really trash. Even Fox News is not that great. So I'm understanding why. I'm like, oh, this is why people are turning to the internet. This is like garbage. These people have no energy. They're totally like pessimist, low energy crabs, even the conservatives. So then we're on TV, and the reporting on Fox was a little weird, but I'll tell you what. I'm going to go back and forth. I was just like blown away by how not conservative and not like cool Fox News was. They were like, it sounded like it was half liberal. I think the Murdoch sons are probably going to turn that eventually into another CNN. Hopefully not. Keep Tucker alive. He's the best one there. I turned over to CNN, and all of a sudden, the entire thing was just about race. It was like, Michigan is losing here because white people live there. Like, within 30 seconds, I was like, whoa, my man's like, it wasn't about policy. It wasn't about content of character. It wasn't about reasoning. It wasn't about truth. It wasn't about wisdom or knowledge or like accurate reporting or reporting at all. There was like little to no actual coverage of the election. It was straight identity politics and, what some would consider racism the entire time on CNN. So it's like, my goodness, like obviously Fox News is better by default. You could listen to Fox and get some reporting. It might be biased. It might be a little low energy, but CNN is like a hellhole of a network. Like literally the entire thing's about race. You have Van Jones crying, "Oh, it's a black person one. It's a rainbow color." It's like, dude, it's like a joke. It's like a parody of what I would do if I was joking about how bad the left is. But they really are that bad. It's so whack to me. I really don't like identity politics. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you're a man. I don't care if you're a woman. I want the best person for the job. The content of character. Who's the best for the job? If it happens to be a trans paraplegic woman from Somalia, then so be it. I'll vote for her if she's the best woman for the job and I trust her. If it happens to be a white, straight Christian male, I'm gonna vote for a straight white Christian male. If white people vote a certain way, that's cool. That's fine. You know, like maybe you should campaign to white people. All the Democrats, why would white people like Democrats? They're like, oh, white people are voting for Republicans. Why would a white person vote, unless you're like brainwashed liberal, never mind. Why would you vote for a whole party and a whole network that hates you? Like literally, they've been so racist. CNN and so many liberal networks have been like straight up racist towards white people. Why would you vote for them? So it's like they're so confused. They make no effort. So then I turn back to Fox. So the first thing I noticed going between Fox, or the second or third, I'm probably onto that now, it's a little late, is that Fox News, albeit I felt like they were kind of liberal, kind of wishy-washy, they actually did coverage, and I don't remember them mentioning race a specific time. I watched Fox News for like an hour and a half. I listened to them on the radio. Some things were a little goofy. Some things I didn't agree with. Some things I did agree with. But it was all actual analysis and coverage, whether I agreed with it or not. Like, Fox is like a real news network. I know a lot of people, oh my God, Anomaly, you're Fox News. No, I'm telling you the truth about what I feel. I'm not a big Fox fan, not a big CNN fan. Fox is way better. It's leaps and bounds better than CNN. It's leaps and bounds better than MSNBC. CNN says, Trump starting a cold civil war. I turn on MSNBC, the Trumpism of the white American. It's like, dude, these networks, CNN and MSNBC, are so bad, so toxic, so negative. It's like pouring arsenic onto your brain. I feel so sorry for the people who are liberally indoctrinated because it's so dumb, so foolish, so wrapped in race, religion, and gender. It's every bit as racist and sexist and xenophobic as they claim to be fighting. They use projection tactics to hide their own racism and sexism because they can't even look at you or me or John James or Trump or Stacey Abrams. They don't even look at you like a human being. They don't look at you like an American. They don't think you're somebody of like intelligence and policy and strategy. They specifically have race vision. They put on their CNN, MSNBC goggles, you're black, you're white, you're a black woman who, like, it's so gross. I really don't like CNN and MSNBC listening to them. But, so overall, I think Fox, this is just my analysis on flipping between the two networks during the election. Because one, I never really watch either of them. Two, I don't own a television. Three, I think a lot of people, feel a certain way about each and or. But overall, CNN's all identity politics. But you have to understand it's popular. A lot of people are upset. Why is Trump popular? Trump is popular because people have seen a decline in America. Mass immigration, mass illegal immigration has led to, a potentially decrease in wages, maybe increase in crime. Democrats and progressives would say, no, that's not true. But overall, I talked to somebody who's Democrat today from Los Angeles, and I said, what's the difference? He's like, man, we have millions more people than we had before. And, it's like there's clearly stuff going on there. So Trump tapped into like, okay, people want higher wages. People feel like their country's being maybe overtaken, not by another race or another religion or another culture, but illegal immigration. It's had huge costs in Europe. It's had huge costs in many countries. It's, it's something to consider. He tapped into that. He tapped into economy. He tapped into trade. The Democrats are doing similar tactics, but using identity tactics. There's a lot of people that are black and women and white liberals and Latinos and progressives and socialists who they feel disenfranchised by American capitalism. Rightfully so. American capitalism is a crony capitalism. I think even honest conservatives can agree with that. We have almost a techno state where it's like the tech companies exert more power than maybe some full governments. We have a very weird, confusing capitalism that doesn't seem to be working for anybody. At my wage, you even listen to Republicans. I was listening to Steve Bannon, did an interview with my friend Fleckus, and he was saying we're no different than Russian serfs. I don't know if I agree with them or disagree with them, but back in the day, you could do decent for yourself and have a house, have a family. Nowadays, you're in debt. Everyone's in debt. So liberals are mad. You know, they feel slighted because of their race. Some of them feel slighted because of their gender. Some of them feel slighted because of their place in life, and some of them feel guilty, and they feel like they're responsible for the sins of and shortcomings of other cultures. So you have to understand that Democrats are tapping into that. That's just my optimistic take, because you have to really understand how people feel if you really want to, get them to see what you're feeling. So CNN taps into that. Fox, I don't even know what they're doing, because they're not even tapping into conservatives anymore, man. It was a weird day. But overall, it's just like, it's sad to me that that's what CNN has become. It's like a gossip tabloid rag of like racism, sexism, xenophobia. And Fox News is like half conservative, half like pro-Republican, half like unbiased reporting. And then they have Democrats and liberals on, and it's a weird vibe. But I guess my takeaway from all that is, one, I don't think anybody in their right mind should want Fox News to go liberal, because if Fox News goes liberal, now you have 100% complete total control of like corporate Democrat liberalism throughout all media, and it's kind of creepy that Fox is starting to tilt that way. So save Fox, save Laura Ingraham, save Tucker Carlson, save like anybody that's conservative on that channel. We definitely need it. CNN, I already knew it was terrible, but I'm just hoping that maybe the internet is it, maybe people are going to learn, but I don't know. It's like two different worlds. I'm watching Fox, I'm watching CNN, and it's hard for me. I know part of me is biased. I'm trying to be as fair as possible. Part of me is biased in the sense of like, I just don't like any liberal policies, and I don't like their attitude. But even if I step back and I'm like, I don't have any policy preferences, watching Fox, they're not hateful at all. They weren't negative at all. They were a little fiery at some points, but like none of it was based out of fear or hate or negativity. Like it was all very chill, even though people I didn't agree with. Like Fox is like a normal news station. I watch it, I feel like I'm like, okay, even when I don't like what they're saying. CNN is like a whole nother planet to me. Like I go into CNN, everything's a civil war. Everything's racist. Trump is Trumpism and white people from this, like, I just find, and I know that both sides are to blame, and for sure, like, both sides have bad people, but I do feel like listening to CNN and MSNBC, I feel like it's almost unquestionable that they're stoking the civil war that's not happening. They're stoking negativity. They're stoking fear. They're stoking radicalism so much more than Fox News, like not even remotely close to Fox News. Like every aspect of everything they do every single day, all day, is fear, negativity, white people, race, religion, gender, and they're like on an ongoing loop of it. So, I really do think they need to calm down if we're going to make America better. I don't know like what's going to stop them. All I know, I'm going to wrap it up with this. All I know is I can play my part. And I think if I can get through to one person or two people or 10 people or 100 people or 1,000 people or 10,000 people or 1 million people, and not convince them to be Republican, not convince them to be Libertarian, but to have a conversation with them and to make them consider, the world would be a better place. When I talk to people that are right-wing and they consider what I'm saying, that's a win. If I have millions of people considering me, considering each other, considering how liberals and socialists feel, and considering how right-wing, nationalists feel, whatever you want to say, that's a world I want to live in. And I find that on a personal scale, I see that. When I talk to my liberal and progressive friends, I see the goodness in them. I just don't see it at the top levels. And that's what creeps me out about liberalism, is that the Republican and say-no fringe people, they're like the fringe groups. They're not on Fox. They're not all over the television station. They're not in high-power positions. It's a fringe group. There is no fringe. It's like the fringe group in Democrats is like normal people, and they're all silent. The mainstream, like Google, Facebook, Twitter, all of these social media companies that are supporting CNN and MSNBC, to me, it's like they seem like radicals, and the normal liberals are okay with it. So I think more conversations is good, but I'm going to continue to do my part. And if we can, slowly influence people in a positive direction, fill people with wisdom, knowledge, truth, love, normality, basic values. Some people would say Judeo-Christian values. Other people would say American values. Other people would say common sense values, whatever you want to call them, like basic mental stability, basic like normal success in human existence. It's like you can go back to the Roman Empire, you can go back to the 1700s. History repeats itself in many ways for humans. If we could spread that love, that wisdom, that knowledge, those values to people, you know, and let them be free, make their own decisions, hopefully we can make America better than it's ever been. So I'm very optimistic. This is a great day. I had a good time. Overall, I'm going to continue to play my part, and I really do believe whoever listens to me, not saying whoever, but a lot of conservatives, a lot of Republicans at high levels and low levels, I'm like some of the biggest influencers are tuning into the stuff I'm saying, and they're considering what I'm saying. And I think overall, I think America needs to come together. I like what Trump's doing. I like the modern conservative movement, but I really do hope these next few months, I hope I can gain more liberal and progressive support, open up a little more, and try to get people on the same boat, because we want to achieve the same things overall. We just have different strategies to do it. So I'm not going to let America get more radical. I'm not going to let America, you know, become a full-on state where like lunacy, up is down, left is right, you know, all this stuff that they're trying to do. But I'm not going to lead in fear. I'm not going to lead in hate. I'm not going to do so with force. I'm going to continue to try to, you know, make plays via love and communication and discussion, and I do think that's key. So overall, not a bad day, not a perfect day, but I would say it's a pretty perfect day. It was a really good day for me. But as far as the Senate, you know, politician's gonna politician. I'm not really worried about it. Wouldn't be worried anyway. But let me know your thoughts. Someone said who won. That's in my last segment. When it's done, you could rewind. Thank you for joining us, a late night segment. I'll have more energy tomorrow. Someone said I'm in Dubai. Fly me out, man. I'm trying to go to Dubai. No, just kidding. But anyway, thank you for supporting. I'm going to put this in 2 clips on YouTube. And yeah, this is going to be the CNN Fox News clip and then the results and thoughts clip. Overall, if you really want to, you know, win, consider what I'm saying, especially the earlier segment, because I think there's some gems in there that Republicans are really missing, libertarians are really missing, and obviously liberals and progressives are missing. And, you know, hopefully if these people can go this way, these people can go this way, we can actually meet in the center. But people got to let their guard down. I don't know. Identity politics and political correctness, I will continue to push against, because I think if we can take away political correctness and identity politics, we can actually get to the core of these solutions. So, but the way to do it is not with hate. It's not with like, I'm gonna really work on that. I'm gonna try to talk to Van Jones. I don't want to. I mean, I do want to talk to Van Jones, but I don't want to get into this zone, but I might have to, seeing the way things are going, and start opening up the discussion, and maybe they'll start to try to bring us in instead of like push us away and call us terrible people, because we're not deplorables. You know, I have talked to millions of people, maybe not millions, but you know what I'm saying. We're not bad people, so we'll work on it. It was a good day. Overall, I'll be back tomorrow. This was a late night, rare, semi-sleepy, semi-woke segment. I'm reading the comments. All right, I'm going to take off. Thank you guys so much for joining. Let me know your thoughts. I'm going to post something in the description if you'd like to subscribe on YouTube. I appreciate it. Everyone signing up to my free email list, I appreciate it. And everybody supporting on Patreon or Donor Box, you're the realest of the real. I appreciate you forever. Have a good week or day. I'll be back. Yeah.